Yo, it's Gucci, Chris Lamar. Yo, hit the subscribe button. Yo, you already know. This is a video we're gonna talk about. We're gonna do the pre-cost of a Thursday to Monday in Cartagena. So as you see the screen record, I did the first is what it's gonna cost if you was to book it on Expedia. So the cost on Expedia for like a hotel that's walking distance to the beach, with the round trip flight from Dallas to Cartagena back to Dallas was around $1,100 $1,300, right? So I did Spirit Airlines, and I don't think they were including the baggage check. They usually charge around $40 $50 for even a carry-on. And then the hotel was like damn near like $80 a day plus taxes and fees and whatnot. Yeah, so like their flights was their options. Going back, it was gonna take like 11 hours. It was kind of crazy. It's cheaper. So I did February 18th to that following Monday, which was a Thursday, to like the 21st. So booking it separate in this case was cheaper for the guys looking to travel like on a budget. So you'll see in the video I screen recorded on Skyscanner, and it's in euros because I'm currently in Romania now. But you can get a round trip flight from Dallas to Cartagena and back for 240, which is really incredible. Most of the time it's around like 180 one way. Yeah, but like, yeah, 240 round trip is an excellent price. I feel like when I went to Medellin, I paid like 180 each way. So it was probably definitely would have been cheaper to book it at the same time. So you can kind of see on the screen record right now, I'm setting it up on Skyscanner. I recommend Skyscanner or Google Flights. I book on both. It just depends on when I'm ready to buy who website I go to. So this is pretty much just a website that scans the most of the airlines for the cheapest prices, then it takes you to their actual website. So you can kind of see there it was searching, and you can kind of see that like that at 244, and the average time is going to take around 10 hours. So usually it's a 5 o'clock in the morning, whether you're going from New York or you're going from Dallas, and you'll get to Cartagena around 1:30. They're in Eastern time right now, so not too bad. And then I did the Airbnbs. You can get an Airbnb from anywhere from $30 a night, and I filtered for the entire place from $30 a night up to 200. So I did the math on $50 a night with the taxes and fees would be like 250. So like it's $500 before you leave. So I did for spending money $800. I mean $80 a day for food and drinks. So like I would say I would say if you had like $1,500 for 4 days, you know what I'm saying? That's more than enough money. If you're trying to rent a boat, it's $60 per person if you want to go with a group, or it's $1,000 for the day. So you can kind of factor that in if you want to take some chicas or go with your homeboys out on a boat. That's kind of like the cost there. So I would say, if you're trying to like, jet skis and helicopter rides, no more than $3,000 if you're trying to fit the bill all by yourself. But if you're splitting it with somebody else, I would say no more than $2,000. Like the Uber from the airport is like a 20-minute drive, so it should be no more than $5. Uber there is really cheap and stuff like that. I've never been to Cartagena, so I'm not sure how much the restaurants would be, but I couldn't see it being more than like $40 or $50 per even for like two people. and whatnot. I went to restaurants in Medellin. It wasn't that expensive. So I think $80 a day if people are having two good meals. So the Airbnb is definitely cheaper. In this case, it was cheaper to book it separate and not necessarily do Expedia because you definitely save $600. But if even if you was going to book the flights and then still do like a hotel including breakfast, and I'm not sure if you can have guests in a hotel, but I kind of priced it out for two different options and whatnot. So, I would say $1,500 to $2,500 for Cartagena, which is not bad. Because sometimes if you were to book something to Cancun or Mexico, you're gonna spend like $1,000 before you even leave on just the hotel and the flights and whatnot. So it's definitely super cheap and super affordable and whatnot. Yeah, comment below if you plan to go to Cartagena. I know a lot of people film for Cartagena. Shout out to Flyboy Way. He did a guide, and like there's I'm not going in this video to talk about other things to do. I just kind of wanted to kind of just go over and do a screen record of how I usually book the flights. I usually go to Airbnb, use the Sky Scanner, and then I just Googled and I put a screenshot of like boat rentals because I know since you guys on the beach have something that somebody might want to do and whatnot to kind of price it out. So, but also for the people that are nomads, and that live in Colombia or Cali or Bogota, going to Cartagena for a few days, it'll be like a $40 round trip flight from Colombia. And then obviously whatever you want to spend on the Airbnb and food. So it'll probably be like a $400 weekend if you're already in Colombia, which is still super, super, super cheap. And obviously there's a lot of Afro-Colombians. I like the women in Cartagena that I've talked to and met online and whatnot. One of my ex-coworkers actually put me on the Cartagena. So that was the first person that I seen. I know it's super popular. So, thanks for watching. I won't make the video too long. Subscribe. But this is the how I would pre-plan the pre-course to Cartagena, Colombia.